Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Trenches and Amelia, y'all not gonna start cutting up this early. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I lost track of time. I'm sitting over here in Discord. I'm over here looking at other people's streams. And I'm like, what time is it? Oh shoot, it's 9:05. I'm supposed to be streaming myself. Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. I hope y'all are doing well. How are you guys doing? So, I've only taken one trade this morning, as you guys can see. And I promise, I was just sitting over here in La La Land. I swear. I'm over here texting my friend, all kind of stuff. So yeah, I've taken one trade this morning. Unfortunately, it did not copy. And I'm not happy that it didn't, but it did remind me of you need to go to the orders position after every trade, because when I got filled, I always like glance down after I'm filled just to make sure there's 4 accounts there. But of course, if I have 20 accounts there, I can't sit there and make sure I count them all. So I immediately went to the orders position, canceled all the remaining orders, and that was that. So it was just a regular pullback, which I can show you. I only had that one trade. I did have this divergence that I didn't take only because we were pushing back towards this green line, which isn't really a problem. But you guys remember, like, I don't take the first divergence off of the new zone. So I kind of just sat out of it for that reason. And because my other trade didn't copy as well. So it was just like, But yeah, so this was the trade that I took. Again, just regular pullback. That zone wasn't there at the time, of course. I'm pretty sure I didn't get filled because there was only like 6 orders at my price. And I took one of them. It was that simple. There was no more pullback in here. Like, this bar was the only bar that had any type of pullback to the price, and the trade only lasted 5 seconds. So not surprising at all. If I show you guys, like, this is literally what the price action looked like inside of the bars. So if I zoom in, so you guys know, whenever the bar closes, it automatically puts the entry here. So one tick beyond it, which would be here. And you can see there was literally only one little tick of drawdown, and it just pushed from there. There was only 6 volume in this particular candle, and you could see out of all the remaining bars thereafter, there was just no pullback there. So not surprising that I was only filled on one order. It's like that sometimes. It is what it is. I have been seeing people this morning complaining about Rhythmic. I have not had any issues, thank goodness, but I don't know. We'll see. Good morning, Rio. How are you this morning? Green and done, I think. Hey, if you're ready to be done, Amelia, be done. Take the green and go. And with this week of price action, you see green and you want to go, okay? Because this week has just been icky. Good morning, Online Safety. How are you this morning? Good morning, Sean. How are you this morning? Good morning. Y'all, I really was over here in La La Land. And I promise, I was just sitting here like, you kind of been trading for a little minute now. You might want to look at the time. Whoopsies. You guys, it's been so hot and muggy, and it's been raining here like every other day. I'm over it. I need to go to the store today, so I hope it doesn't rain again. I really only need to get 2 things that I just forgot to get when I went to the store Monday. But I don't like leaving the house when it's raining, so I need for it to be chill today. Let me see. Let's look at the weather. No rain today, so we're definitely going to the store. But yeah, not very much price action for me this morning. I did go through yesterday. I told you guys, like, I just had this feeling, right, about I already knew about the first of all, wait, let's go back. The divergence trade that I lost yesterday. You guys, it had nothing to do with the level that was there. Let me go back to yesterday real quick, because we're going to just go ahead and review this. We're going to review this, all right? For my sake and yours. When I tell you, sometimes when I'm journaling, I'm just like, girl, what was that? How did you not pay attention to that? All right, so let me find the trade real quick. What was it? That's a buy. That's a buy. It's not those. Pretty sure it was here. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. I don't remember. I feel like it was this divergence right here. So, come to find out, wherever this damn divergence trade is that I lost, I'm pretty sure it's that one though. I wasn't paying attention to the volume of the swings. That's all it was. It had nothing to do with what the volume was because of the level being there. It had nothing to do with that, because I remember thinking like, okay, well, maybe the level has to be a VWAP. That wasn't it. The problem was the swing of this volume was more than the swing of this volume, and the swing of this one, the volume of this swing. Why did I say that backwards? The volume of this swing was more than the volume of this swing, and the volume of this swing was more than the volume of that swing. So, anytime that happens, I have to have a specific volume pattern of the entry bar and the previous reversal bar for that trade to work out. And that's kind of a new thing, like as of last week. So, and because I didn't have a lot of divergence trades set up that way recently, that's why I kind of forgot. So that was the reason for that loss. Then I remember telling you guys about, I think it was the very last trade that I took, or the second to last trade that I took, that I was like, I don't really like how this is rotating over my minor level, but I don't have anything yet to quantify that. I don't know if it's a certain number of bars. Like, I just have no idea. Well, I do have an idea now. I do. So it took me like 2 hours of going through all of the times that that particular type of reversal pattern happens for me to be able to figure out how to quantify it. Like, I wrote all the trades down, cool. I analyzed the data. So like when I analyze the data for a setup and I'm trying to figure out like if anything needs to be refined, I will basically put like each of the 4 different volume pattern types, and under each one I'll put like, all right, this was a win, this was a loss. Like, I'll do it that way. And so I immediately saw that it was a problem, but I had to figure out why it was a problem and how to fix it. So did he get off the stream or something? Oh no, he's watching Nutty's video. I'm like, why do I hear Nutty's voice? I don't even think Nutty is streaming yet. Is he now? But anyway, so yeah, I was able to finally quantify that because it has been driving me crazy. I promise y'all, I've been like, it's just been losing a little bit more often. I don't get it, but we got it now. Got it now. So yesterday should have been, I think, like the previous day where there was, actually, I don't think yesterday was supposed to have a loss at all. I think it was supposed to be like 3 wins and 3 break evens, and that's it. So we figured it out. Haven't had any issues with Rhythmic either. Yeah, sometimes I do believe it's people's devices or their internet. Not all the time though, because when I have issues, baby, it's no Rhythmic, it's you. But I know, you know, not everybody has super high speed internet like me. Not everyone has a shit ton of RAM in their computer like I do. So, you know, sometimes it is on the person, but at other times it's not. So good morning, Clarity. Good morning. Good morning, Applejacks. How are you guys this morning? Trenches made back half of what I lost yesterday, trying to decide if I should just wait till tomorrow to recover the rest. I go back to work Monday, so I'll probably be back to 2 or 3 days trading. Amelia, I did just see that Nutty put out the payout video, so I don't know if he was focused on publishing that first. I didn't really watch anybody stream after I got off stream yesterday. Like, I didn't normally I'll have them playing in the background while I'm trading. I do know that he had a negative day yesterday. I don't know if he's just decided not to trade today or if it was because he was trying to work on putting that payout video out. I'm not really sure. Trenches, that's hard to say. I would say, like, if today's price action is typically what you like and the opportunities present themselves, why not? Because it's not like you trade all day anyway. You stop at a certain time yourself. So it's kind of really hard to say. Because who's to say that the price action will be great tomorrow to where you would even want to attempt to get it back? You know what I mean? It's real hard to say. I'm a little salty at the fact that I didn't get filled on my followers. That hasn't happened in a very long time, like very, very, very long time. And the crazy thing was I almost forgot to turn my copier on. I turned it on like probably, I don't know, 30 seconds before the trade came about. So I was a tad bit salty, just a tad. I do want to write something down in my journal real quick. All right, if this reversal bar closes, no buy here. With this type of divergence, I can't have the VWAP going through the body of the entry bar. So, and then also where it closed right on the yellow line that I just drew. So we don't take those either. And even if we did, it probably wouldn't have gotten filled anyway, but we don't take those, so. At this point, you're the only person I watch live outside of my savior, of course. Praise him. Applejack's chopping. I honestly, so I used to watch Alpine's stream, like his replay, almost every day. Like, because most of the time during the day after I was done trading, I was studying, you know, I was reviewing my charts and trying to put rules together and stuff like that. So I just liked having something in the background. So I would usually have nutty stuff going on in the background while I was doing that. And then I would just watch Alpine's replay, which I would really only watch like the first probably maybe 2 hours or so, because a lot of times his is more of just like a Q&A more than anything really. But yeah, there are so many people now. I just try to like pop in and out of everybody's stream during the day while I'm trading, because at this point, with me not really having to do a whole lot of reviewing and stuff, like once I'm off the charts, I'm off the charts. I don't have YouTube open. I'm not on my computer. Like, I'm not doing any of that. So it just kind of depends on how my day is going to. If I'm just kind of bored, I'm not gaming or anything like that, I'm likely going to watch a trading video of some sort. Whether it's just rewatching a replay of someone's live, I like to watch a lot of like trading podcasts where they interview different traders. I love doing that too because it's just nice to see different people from different walks of life all kind of on the same journey, but in their own different ways. People trade differently, people have different perspectives. I love stuff like that. Volume is still low today. I don't watch people that trade futures because it'll have me second guessing. You trade on Renko, so it don't matter. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And honestly, that's probably why I'm able to watch other people as well, because looking at whatever they have going on doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. I never really thought about that, Trenches, but that is very true. That is very true. And then it also helps that, like, I'm so focused on what I'm trying to put together that nobody's bias can really sway me either way. And I mean, even with how I'm trading, right? Like, I'll tell you guys, yeah, if this closes, I'll get into a buy, whatever. I'll get into a sell, or, you know, hey, this has the potential to do XYZ, whatever. But I think that it's like, I'm just so laid back with it. Like, it's no like in your face type stuff. And hell, I'm in and out in 20 seconds. So it doesn't even matter what the hell my bias is for my 20 seconds of trading. I'm in and out anyway. You know what I mean? But yeah, I like seeing different people's different trading styles. Now Husk Trader and Methodical Man, they pretty much trade the same way. Like, they trade inverse fair value gaps on a 1 minute chart. I think that Methodical will sometimes pull out a 30-second chart, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, they pretty much trade the same. So typically when I'm popping in and out of their streams, they're in the same trades, or they're both not in trades and stuff like that. I do notice that Methodical takes more trades than Husk does, though. And then, you know, Nutty trades totally different than Alpine does. Hamza trades totally different than they do as well. So I'll just open up, you know, look at their charts like, oh, okay. Sometimes I'm confused. Like, I don't know how the heck you got into that buy, but all right. But that's just because I don't understand time-based charts like y'all do. Okay, I just don't. But I don't know. You know, I support different people, but it definitely doesn't affect my trading at all. That's exactly why I don't watch anybody else. The Dirty 30. Good morning, Patrick's Trades. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. People who trade below the 1 minute chart, I consider crazy. Kudos to them. I ain't doing it. One of my trading buddies, she trades on a 30-second chart. She loves it. She loves it. She trades on 30-second Heikin-Ashi charts. Gonna be honest, I trade a candlestick based strategy, and I see Nutty doing the wrong way on it all the time, and when he is, I double my size. You know what? I feel like in one of Alpine's streams, maybe last week, he was talking about how I think when he was trading options, or when he was trading stocks, whatever he was trading, he said that, you know, there were some people who like literally was your liquidity, and whatever they were doing, you just did the complete opposite. You know, I've reached out to Nutty before, and I told him, like, flat out, I know you're not looking for advice. This is not what this is. However, I do notice that based on, because I don't care about anybody's strategy compared to I don't do that. But I told him, I said, you know, I noticed that you have that the WADA or whatever explosion indicator on the bottom of your charts. I don't know if you notice, but most of your trades that you're getting into that you lose, or you're in significant drawdown, it's because you're doing completely opposite of what that indicator says. And I was like, again, this is not advice. It's just something I watch you every day. It's just something that I noticed. And he did say, he was like, yeah, I did notice that sometimes. And he was saying, that he still has to work on his strategy and his psychology and stuff like that. But I even mentioned that, I think earlier this week or maybe late last week, I was like, man, pretty soon, at some point, like once I get my strategy together, I'm probably going to have an account that I literally just trade with that indicator on a 2-minute chart like he does. Because I mean, for the most part, if you have that EMA on your chart, if you have the order flow VWAP on your chart, you probably don't even really need the order flow VWAP. But either way, when you have both of them on your chart and you use that indicator, if a red bar on that indicator closes above the red MA on that indicator, get into a sell. Same thing for a buy. I do notice if he's in between the EMAs and the order flow VWAP, then it could be a little sus, because technically it would be counter trend. But if you go in the direction of the trend and you just do that, it works literally every time. Literally. It's just, for me, I don't want to trade that way. But it works. I can't even click that quickly. Good morning, True Seeker. How are you this morning? What's up? I was just talking about you the other day. I said, I don't know where True Seeker has been. 30-second Hikinashi. I started off in options, good times. I never did options. I only did binary options. That was it. We do have natural gas coming up, so I have to sit out starting in like 10 seconds. And then at 9:31, we'll let 2 swings paint, and then we'll be back at it. But so far, no setup since I've been on the stream. And the only trade that I had was at 8:41. So you guys know, the later it gets in the session before my very first trade, I just know we ain't gonna be doing much for the day. You trade 30-second candles, it's not bad. I feel like if you get below 30 seconds, then it's like, okay, maybe you are a crackhead. But I think that 30 seconds is still a halfway decent pace though. Halfway decent. I did trade a 15-second chart before. I did. But you get too low and it's just like, all right, my brain can't even compute right now. How am I supposed to analyze this? By the time I analyze it, the next candle done closed. Good morning, Bill. How are you? True Seeker was seeking truth. You are silly. You are silly. What you having for lunch today, Applejacks? Or am I a bad person for asking you because you wasn't even thinking about food yet? Because it is 9:30. So we failed to change the bias to an uptrend here. And because we didn't completely break it, that's why I just went ahead and kept this on here. It's pretty much irrelevant at this point, but I still want to keep it there. You could see that we did still bounce off of it. But as far as like anything that I have to do with trading, I'm not worried about this zone anymore. But I definitely want to see how we react here. Fantastic question, because I don't know. All right, maybe we get a push. Every time you smile, my day is awesome. Oh my gosh, Bill. You are a mess. It's not bad once you can get into the groove with the low time frames. They're super effective on the open. Yeah. I just feel like if you can find like a good strategy on lower time frames, you know, the higher your time frame, of course, the least number of trades you're going to be able to get, especially depending on, you know, how much time do you have to be able to devote to trading in a day. Maybe you're like me, you only want to be on the charts for 2.5 hours. So it's like, the lower the time frame or the time that you want to spend on the charts, I feel like the lower your time frame needs to be, I guess you could say, because like, how can I trade on an hourly chart if I only want to be on the charts for 2.5 hours? You get what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. Scalping has always been the dream and goal of mine to master. Because even on like the slowest of days, I mean, I have had some days where like legit there was only like 2 setups, 3 setups. However, there also were setups that I did not like have in place at the time that I do now. So more than likely, if I go back to those same days, I had way more trades. You get what I'm saying? And plus, like, I've changed the volume requirements of different setups over time. So yeah, there might have been trades that I deemed as invalid back then, so I didn't take, but now they are valid, kind of thing. So it's like on the worst of the worst of days as far as volatility and volume goes, I at least expect to be able to have like 3 to 5 trades minimum. But it all just kind of depends. Might save my appetite for a smoothie bowl after work. I've been making like a little parfait kind of thing this week. I kind of went back to doing that. I used to do that years and years ago. But I just started making smoothies instead because I told y'all the other day, I just don't really like eating raw fruit like that. But so far, it's been cool. I only do blueberries and pineapples though. All the rest of my fruit needs to go into my smoothie for later on in the day. I can only take but so much. All right, so we did actually break the zone. So now it is an uptrend bias. However, you know, it might be super temporary just for us to push back down. Kind of really hard to tell. That's what the 5-minute chart is looking like there. Kind of trying to create somewhat of a wedge or flag pattern, however you describe it. Looks like we're trying to have some kind of immediate rejection here, so I guess we'll just have to see how we react here. Just got back into making parfaits too. Ran out of granola. I've been real regular though. I love parfaits, like, because I feel like when I eat fruit with yogurt, because I do the 000 Oikos yogurt, so you know there's 0 added sugar and stuff like that. So I feel like with me doing that, that's like the only way that I can eat raw fruit like that is with some kind of yogurt, because it like takes away the sweetness of the fruit for me. I think that's probably why I enjoy it. I've been buying this, I forget which brand it is. It's from Walmart. It's a granola that doesn't have a lot of added sugars in it as well, and it's like a chocolate type of, there's no like chocolate in it, but the granola is like a chocolate flavor kinda, and or a cacao, whatever. And I actually been enjoying that too. I used to get like all the different flavors and stuff, but because I'm so health conscious, you know, and paying a lot of attention to the nutrition facts, the first thing I do when I look at the back of something is look at the sodium and the sugar. And it's like, how much sugar do y'all put in this stuff, and why? Why? All right, we got a breakout finally. So let's see if we can continue this uptrend here. Let's see. Let me draw. Yeah, broke out. Let's see what we can get here. Because there's not a whole lot of resistance above us. I mean, we do have the session high. We got a VWAP up there. The major resistance is at 199.75. Let's see the current high and low. Yeah, today is literally only like 100-point range, which which is nothing for the Nasdaq. Nature Valley. I know the one that I have is not Nature Valley. I could tell you that much. Let me see. When you're already sweet, you don't need any sugar. Bill, you better stop. You better stop. Let me see what the brand is. Because I've bought it like the last 2 or 3 times that I went. And I really enjoyed it. I feel like when I looked at the Nature Valley brand, I think the sugar was just too high for me. Let's see. I'm really just waiting on the... Okay, it's the Kind brand. It's this one. Dark chocolate clusters. Super grains. It's made with 5 super grains. I've really been enjoying that one. All right, hello. All right, I feel like I can't hear anybody talking. Oh, I think something happened with my... Oh, he actually... It looks like a couple of the accounts he was able to save. 1, 2, 3. He was able to save 4 of his accounts this morning at Alpinewood with the push back up. But it looks like he lost 4 more accounts. This week has just been rough though. You said it looks expensive. Child. You are a mess. I do know that it is more expensive than some of the other brands are, but I used to get the keto. I forget which one it was. I used to get the keto granola. Now that is expensive, honey. Like $10 for the bag. And then I was just like, you know what? It ain't even that important. So I'm just going to have my happy medium between the cheaper brands that, you know, has too much sugar and this one because you're doing too much for me. All right, let's see. Oh, wait, I can't do that. I wanted to take this buy. I think it might sit here for too long anyway. But it's already invalidated because we'd be rotating over the VWAP. And now it's invalidated volume-wise anyway. So we're good there. I basically noticed, I think it was like a week and a half ago, that whenever I am trading my regular pullbacks, you guys can see higher low, higher high, higher low. If the volume in this swing is higher than the previous one, it can't rotate over the VWAP basically. Some of this stuff, I kind of understand why that's a thing. Some others not so much. I feel like with this, the reason why it fails most of the time is because it's an uptrend bias. It's a regular pullback, so there was no like pushing down too far to break the initial structure. So we shouldn't need the VWAP. Like there's so much volume in this swing to begin with. We shouldn't need the VWAP to push it back up, like if it's truly going to continue up. So that is just something that I noticed. I think I lost a couple of times on it and I was like, hold up. Let's go and let's write down every time, you know, a VWAP rotation has happened. And sure enough, it's only when that particular swing volume pattern happens that it just doesn't work out the majority of the time. But with this particular trade, it doesn't really matter because there's too much volume in this candle for this setup period, even if the VWAP wasn't here. 10 when you scan your prime code and let Bezos know what you eat. Oh yeah, let me see how much it is. This one's only $5. I don't know if they have a well, it says price when purchased online, but I'm pretty sure that's about what I pay. Let me see. Yeah, I paid $5 for this one. Now it's only 11 ounces, so maybe Whole Foods possibly has like a bigger one or something. But yeah, this one is only $5. But definitely that keto brand that I used to buy. I was like, look, this granola ain't that damn good. Actually, it was, but it ain't that damn good. Mm-mm. No. The only thing, so I did go to Whole Foods for the first time in a very long time a couple of weeks ago. And I really only went because I wanted the liquid version of the vegan eggs. But I'm not driving all the way down there for that. And also while I was there, I did see uncured turkey bacon, which I typically do most of my shopping in Walmart and Sam's. Except like there are certain times where like if I'm getting certain meats, I do go to our local chain, which is Schnucks. So and Deerbergs, like I like going to those. But yeah, I'm not driving 12 miles to go to Whole Foods for some liquid vegan eggs when they got the frozen kind right there at Walmart. And honestly, I like the frozen one better. It's like a frozen folded egg and you just heat it up in the skillet and that's it. I feel like you get more bang for your buck with that one. So I'm going to stick to that one. But that was the first time that I had ever saw or seen uncured bacon. I didn't even know it was a thing, you guys. I did not know it was a thing. And I was like, uncured turkey bacon? Hold on. Looked at the back of it. I said, oh my God, there's practically no sodium in this thing. Like, I mean, there was very little. So, but I'm not driving 12 miles for some uncured turkey bacon. And I don't know any store around here that even sells it. So turkey bacon gone out of my breakfast because I ain't doing all that for some bacon. I ain't. You know Trenches is crazy. Good morning. Good morning, Granny Girl. Good morning, Sean. Can I just call you a musical? Good morning. The Walmart by me doesn't sell any Huh? What? Hello? What is that? Is that one of like the neighborhood Walmart? No, because most neighborhood Walmarts even have produce. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing. I have so I have 2 Walmarts on each side of me within like 5 miles. And then I have a third Walmart that's probably about 10 miles away. Now, one of those Walmarts I don't go to. I just don't. But yeah, I have to be very desperate to go into that one. But yeah, I like to get most of my produce from Sam's though. I just go to Walmart for everything else because I don't really need anything in bulk like that. So the only thing I care about getting produce from, as far as, and it's not even bulk, like, they don't really sell the produce in bulk. So it kind of works out. And I just feel like Sam's fruit is so fresh. Whenever I look at Walmart fruit, I'm just not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. And I need it to last a week. So don't get me started. Look, when I tell you, if I ever go into that second Walmart, I'm in and out faster than you can blink. Okay. If I need a lot of stuff, I'm not going in there. I only go in there when I just need something real quick. I'm right here, in and out for that one item. We out of here. No. Let's see. You know what? Moving company. Hold on, y'all. I gotta look up this moving company information from my cousin. right. Got that information to him. All right. Boston has some kind of thing about it. Somebody was telling me that I didn't understand. They know everything about what I eat. They be suggesting shit for me that I already be going to get. That's kind of how Sam's is. Like, I use the Scan and Go because who stands in line anymore if I don't have to? So I use the little Scan and Go thing or whatever. And it'll be like, did you forget this? Like, actually, no, I'm not here for that this time. Thank you. Get out of my business. What's in my cart is what I want. Nobody asked you to suggest anything. Sam's, thank you. If I had a Whole Foods that was closer to me, I definitely would shop at Whole Foods more, but I don't like driving, y'all. I just don't. I just think to myself, like, by the time I drive this probably 22-minute drive, I could have been already in Walmart, halfway done with my shopping, and pretty much in line by the time I even get to Whole Foods. So, I just don't do it. What did it say? Um, Hold on. Um, all right. Can we get away? You guys know I needed to get away from this resistance level. I had to send a text message. You don't even have to give your phone number at Whole Foods either. Just use your card and they still know blew my mind. Dang, I didn't even know that. I'll tell you what I was creeped out about when I went into Whole Foods. I had already heard about this like some months back or whatever. I think I heard about it like before it even actually became a thing. So I had heard about how they were going to do the little thing where you got a chip and you can scan. And I was like, that's not going to be a thing. Like they just doing this for like some kind of publicity or something. And baby, I be damn. I went to the checkout and it scanned your chip. My chip? Who? What? Let me tell y'all something. If you are crazy enough to get a chip implanted into your hand so that you can easily scan yourself to check out at a store, you are cuckoo. You're crazy. You're crazy. Because why? 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 I don't understand. You cannot possibly be that lazy where you can't just pull out your phone or pull out your debit card or pull out some cash. You just want to put your palm on something. That is insane to me. I don't know, y'all. Maybe I've watched too many sci-fi movies and just crazy movies, but I feel like you get a chip implanted in you, your hand gonna blow off one day. You piss off the wrong person in the government, your hand's going to blow off with that chip. Applejacks, you know I'm crazy. I know where everything is in my Whole Foods. I told them once I'm a full-time trader. I might come work part-time for the discount. I'm weak. That's how I feel about my Walmart. Like, I hate going into any other Walmart. And don't let me walk in and the food is on the right side and like your household items is on the left. Oh, I don't want to walk in here because my food is supposed to be on the left. Like, what are y'all doing here? And then, you know, you'll go and you're like, oh, you know, such and such should be in the item with this. And you walk down that aisle and it's like, wait, where is this at? Oh, that's all the way over here. Why do y'all combine those items? Take me back to what I know, because this is ghetto. I hate it. I hate being in the store longer because I don't know where nothing is. Oh, it drives me insane. Uh-oh. Yeah, food on the right. It's insane. Like the Walmart that my mom, my grandma, and my aunt, they like to shop at. Food on the right. I went one time and I was like, can we not do this again? Y'all can shop out here. I'm going to go back towards the house because my brain does not compute. They get a 20% discount. I was thinking about dating somebody there for her. Now, trenches. So how did you fall in love? Well, initially, I was looking for a 20% discount at Whole Foods. But then the rest is history. What a love story. You're a mess. A mess. All right. Wait, is he taking trades? Dang, everything's delayed by like 30 minutes. For whatever reason, my YouTube will just kind of like stop streaming people. Huh, it's very weird. All right. All right. Well, I was looking for a buy, but that is now invalid. It pushed down a little too far, so we wouldn't close over the VWAP, which is what I would have been okay with, but the VWAP has already started turning up a little bit, so we gotta wait. Gotta wait. What is that? Oh, I do have Discord open. I'm like, what is that noise? Something is off with Rhythmic right now. I've gotten this twice. Oh. I've seen some traders cancel their accounts after payout, then start again. That's cuckoo. I mean, I do know that there are people who like they like to use the 25K accounts. They'll only get to the 1600, withdraw the 1500, and that automatically cancels the account. But that's because they more so treat it like it's like a jobs check almost. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but that's how they treat it. And I mean, I guess I get it. I guess I get it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, market. What the hell? One trade in an hour and a half is nuts. All right, mine been on a 10-second delay all week. What, your Trader? Ain't nobody complaining about Trader. Look at that. Then they have to start over with an eval. Yeah, Amelia, they do. So, for some people, they are not bothered by their high eval or PA numbers. They only care that, hey, the payout is secured. It is what it is. Me personally, I told you guys this a couple of, probably last week or some time ago. I care about that stuff because for me, I feel like I'm failing the higher my eval or PA number goes. So yeah, they see it as, hey, the 25K is a 1-to-1. There's no other account size that's a 1-to-1. And if I have the ability to get to the threshold, withdraw the max, and hey, now I'm at drawdown and the account closes, it doesn't matter because I withdrew 1500. So they look at it as almost like flipping their money. You spent however much, $25, $26 maybe on the eval. You spent another $130, I think it is $130 activating, so that's $150. You got $1,500 out of it. So for them, it's basically a 90% profit. That's the way that they see it. Again, I couldn't look at it that way, but I get it. Oh, your YouTube had a 10-second delay. No, mine, there was a whole 30-minute delay, and then another person was 17 seconds. I don't know if sometimes YouTube just kind of freezes or something in the background. I have no idea. When I blow a PA, I feel like a failure. Me too, Trenches. I just would feel like a failure. No. I saw some guy yesterday. I felt so bad for him. It was I feel like it was in the official Facebook group. It could have been one of the unofficial ones. I don't remember. But the guy basically said that he was on day 9 of his PAs and he was within, I feel like $100 of the payout threshold and ended up blowing them all. And he said something like after 400 evals and I forget how many PAs, he said that would have been his first payout. And I'm just like, at some point, you have to figure out why you're gambling, basically. It's just gambling. Now, again, if you're using multiple evals like I am, where, you know, you're trying to put together a strategy. You might need a couple of evals because you might blow them, you know, whatever, cool. But to me, it makes no sense to start off having a bunch of evals, converting them to a bunch of PAs, and not getting a payout first. Like I told you guys, after this cycle of five, like the 5 evals that I had was only costing me like $150, $160 a month. I'm cool with that. There's no reset fees in there. There's no none of that. So fine. By the time I get to a PA, another PA, you know, I should have my strategy set in stone to where this won't be a revolving door of PAs. However, I'm still going to wait till my first payout hits my bank before I buy the next set of 5. Like, but I just felt so bad for him because that's rough, man. That's really rough. Really, really rough. Let me see. 658, 870. We're gonna have to stall here for quite some time, but we actually might push down too far. I really want to see it wick off of 218.50, and now it's too far. So now very curious. If this still sets up volume wise, I might take it on my sim account. I'm not going to take it on all the accounts. And the reason why I still would want to take it on my sim account is because I have noticed that if my minor level goes through the body of the candle, the entry bar, but it's after a new session high or low, that it still works out. But I have not paid all the attention in the world to it yet. I've just been kind of like writing it down as it happens kind of thing, but only for the last couple of weeks. So I'm curious to see. I'll just take it on sim because it also might be something where like it has to be something specific. I don't know. So I don't really want to chance it considering we haven't really had any trades today. So I'll just take it on sim and just go from there. Because the volume looks like how I wanted to at this point. It's just I don't like the reaction off of 218.50, so we'll see. I felt bad, but I still said this dude is a bum, Trenches. I am in this buy on my sim account. Let's see, it's exact change. Now, depending on how this trade works out, I might just go ahead and add it to the arsenal. Because like I said, it's something that I've been halfway paying attention to, but I don't know all the way for sure yet. So let's just see what happens. The take profit is up there. The stop loss is right here. If it wins and I just miss out on it on my accounts, I'm cool with that. Like I said, I've been paying attention, but not all the way. So I feel like the only time I could take the trade like this is after a new session high or low, which makes sense because you're pushing down hard from a major, the current high is a major resistance level. So that's probably why my strategy can have a little bit of leeway as far as how it's reacting off of my minor level. But we'll just see how this trade goes. I'm still in the trade right now. I guess I can. Y'all can see it over there. All right. Well, there's that. It worked out. So I probably will start actually taking them on my actual accounts from here on out. like I said, it's something I already had written down, already been paying attention to, and it makes sense. So yeah, we'll probably start doing that. Did have a zigzag change, which also makes sense. So, but there was enough confluence here. But that's the only time it can react off my minor level like that. Only time. Good morning, Janelle. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. I was already at payout and got cute. Wanted to make a bit more, so I had more drawdown after payout. I blew it up. Listen, I was one of those build a buffer people. But at this point, take the payout. That's what you're here for. Take the payout. If you have the opportunity to build more of a buffer than just naturally, because, oh, you know, I hit the payout threshold, there's only one more day of trading, I'm not worried about blowing the account kind of thing, cool, continue to trade or whatever, but take the payout. It's just not worth building the buffer to me, because then it's like, damn, that was extra money that I could have had. Now, of course, it also depends on your account size, right? Like, that's part of the reason, well, one of the many reasons why I think I am going to continue with 50Ks as much as I do like the 1-to-1 with the 25Ks. And I know I'm not going to be somebody who just gets to 1600 and just sits there because I got the 10 days and let's just withdraw all of it out. I'm not going to do that. Just because it's going to automatically fail the PA. Now I'm a failure. But at least with the 50Ks, if you do stop at 2600, you still do have the $500 of drawdown if you max out the payout, which is what I would do. Who messaging me? I didn't leave you. Cayenne is so silly. All right, what do we got here? I need to see this pull back a little bit further, but then if it does, can't take it. So this closed over the VWAP, so we'd have a VWAP rotation, which I don't want to take. The volume of this swing, even though that swing is really, really tiny, the volume of that swing is more than this one. So half the number of ticks, but more volume in it. So I'm not taking that one. You know how much they charged. Oh, hold on, y'all. All right, so $240 truck fee. And $189 an hour. Hold on. Damn, I forgot what they quoted me. All right, we just gotta wait for the next reversal because I can't trade where it's at right now. I'm trying to find this other company that I got a quote from. Here we go. Hold on, y'all. The first company was... All right. My cousins are moving, so they need all this info from me. All right. Good morning, Mega Academy. How are you? Everybody and their mama trades on YouTube now. I want to start one, but I'm ugly. Mega, be quiet. Shut up. I learned the hard way about building buffers. I always got wrecked. It always happens that way. Always just take the payout, I promise. Mega, be quiet. I do agree with you though. There's a lot of people that are streaming now. Some probably for the wrong reasons, but you know, it is what it is. I just say find the people that you vibe with and go from there. But I also feel like there's not a lot of people. Well, I guess maybe I just sit in a little corner. I don't really pay attention to quite a few of the streamers, but when you compare it to how many people like trading influencers you might see on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, mainly Instagram and TikTok, there's not very many people on YouTube at all. But you want to know why? It's because the reality is people are not willing to be transparent. So that's why you don't have a lot of streamers. You might see different traders put up different content, which typically it's, you know, like a summary of their day or whatever. But most people are not going to be super transparent about the losing streaks, about the struggles. They're not going to do that. I mean, who wants to lose in front of people? I don't even want to do it, but I've been doing it. But I've been comfortable with doing it because I'm putting together a strategy, so I don't care about losing. But let me tell y'all, if I start losing too much while I'm in these PAs and money's on the line, you might see me go crazy. No. No, I'll still be all right. Might need to use the company you're talking about. If I send... What? If I send you... Oh, I think he meant address and stuff. Can you call that? Look at me being a good big sister / cousin. All right, so I guess I'm going to be secretary today. Getting quotes for moving. No one care what you look like, it's what you know. Exactly, Husk. Tell him. Tell him. You guys, Harvey is actually Hush Trader. You guys should check him out. I was just talking about him earlier. He trades I think it's called inverse fair value gaps, or like fair value gaps that fail. Trading those. Him and Methodical Man. All right, let's see. $522, $661. Oh wait, shit. No, but Husk is right. It's people don't care what you look like. They just want to know if you know some stuff, and that's about it. And a lot of people support streamers because they just want to support somebody else who has the balls to do this in front of people live and support somebody that's on the same journey as them. Because let's be real, it's kind of just like entrepreneurship, where you might be the only entrepreneur in your friend group, or the only one in your family or your close circle or whatever. Trading is the same thing. Like, nobody in my family trades at all. So for me, the community that I'm building here, the community on Discord that I'm a part of, I don't really talk much in the Facebook groups anymore. I did a lot more before Discord came about, but it's just all about surrounding yourself with other people who are just like you, because this is not like 10 years ago when I first started learning how to trade, where there weren't very many people, very many communities to be able to really attach yourself to. So now it's like, for me, there's just so much motivation being directly connected to people that are succeeding in the trading space. It's very nice to know that every day people like you and I are withdrawing $6,000. What was that? Janelle withdrew $6,000 recently. She got approved for her first payout. I think it was your first payout, right? Sorry, my brain is fried sometimes. But just being able to see people that are doing that is very nice, because you just know, I mean, you always know that you're not alone anyway, but it's pretty cool. What are prime high and prime low? Here's stuff. So this is a market structure indicator. And basically, whenever a prime low is, or a prime high is painted, it's because I think it goes at least 10 bars in a direction before breaking the low or something like that. So let me see if I could find a good example. All right, so here, like, this isn't a prime high, because you see, like, we only went 3 ticks or 3 bars in this direction, and then we immediately reversed to break that high. So that's why it's not a prime high, basically. So that's all it means. It doesn't affect the way I trade or anything. Like, if I get into a sell, it's not like I'm worried about it not breaking through the prime low or anything like that. But I do notice that the quicker a reversal pattern happens, it's not going to paint as a prime low. And typically there's like a sound, like a blaring alert sound, that you'll usually hear in my background. If you hear a ding dong, that just means that a reversal bar closed. But if you hear like a buzzer, that means that the level just became a prime low or prime high, I believe. Yeah, I think that's what it is, because I don't think it does it for the rotation levels. I think it only does it for those. All right, so let's see what kind of price action we can get up here. I am gonna say it was nice to see this buy workout. I'm definitely going to just go ahead and start trading it, because I do have enough data already. I think of the data that I do have, it only lost one time. It wasn't on that particular type of pullback. It was on my alternate pullback. And that was literally only because I didn't have the volume for that particular setup set in stone yet. Your stuff to add to their stuff. Yeah. Sometimes you could pick up something in other people's streams that you didn't realize, you didn't notice, whatever. For me, I just like streaming to, number one, hold myself accountable, because if it wasn't for me streaming, I would have quit trading again and went back to nursing. But I don't want to delay my progress, and I've been quitting for the last 10 years. That's why 10 years in, I'm doing this now, and I'm doing it this way. But like I've said before, I've had different strategies that I love that worked out and it was consistent, but I just want to scalp. So that's why we're here. But I also just wanted to show there's other ways of trading, because everybody else trades on time-based candles or tick-based charts. I even think I know a person that trades on range-based charts, but I don't know anyone else who trades Rinkos. There's been a couple of people in Discord that'll be like, yeah, I trade Rinkos too. Or I know that you trade Rinkos. I'm going to check it out. They will probably want to go to my mom's first. No, that's not going to make sense. Hold on. Oh, I guess that would make sense actually. All right, cool. I'll get that done for him as soon as I'm done streaming. I was gonna say, is there no data coming through? I mean, the market is just so slow today. Applejacks, you doing a top step eval? You use range-based charts. Traced by Matt used to use Rinkos. See, I wasn't watching him back then. I really still don't watch him now, but yeah, I did notice that he, like, I just watched some of his videos when he's doing the just talking about payouts and stuff like that. Excuse me. But yeah, I didn't watch him back when he used Rinkos. All right, so this right here, do I want to do it? I'm going to see how price reacts here because, all right, we went back too far. I was trying to see if we were going to react at this buy rotation level, like, you know, this bar closed on it. I wanted the reversal bar to close on it and go up because even though with that particular pattern of the lower low to a higher high to a higher low, I don't typically trade like inside of my levels. Basically, the overall trend bias is an uptrend, but currently my minor trend is a downtrend. So I would just be trying to get into the reversal to continue the uptrend. Basically, I don't really do it on that particular pattern. I kind of X'd it out, but I did notice last week that whenever that pattern would paint, if it was over a rotation level, I could still take it. But otherwise, I just kind of got rid of that altogether. So I don't know how I'm going to do that long term, but we'll see. I do want to, this is what I am going to do. Because it's not going to add very much, but at least you guys will be able to see the color of the bars and how I'm looking at them. The zigzag is going to mess up over here more than likely, but all right. Sorry guys, another line is added to the charts. But you guys will be able to see like how I see the colors of the bars or whatever. So that indicator that I just added is the solar wind indicator. It's on my actual chart that I execute trades on. But yeah, so this way when I'm like explaining how it rotates over levels, or I want to see it react a wick off of this, whatever, you guys will kind of see what I'm talking about. Because aside from my volume indicator and of course my chart trader, that's really the only other indicator that I have on my chart that you guys can't see. I definitely won't add the volume indicator over there though, because the volume indicator is why I have lag in my trade executions. But I haven't been able to find a volume up down indicator to replace it yet. So I just kind of have to deal. that the right color? Okay, yeah, it is. It just looks different because it's on black. I'm gonna make the trail and stop white. Sorry, another freeze. All right, that'll be better since it's on a black background. Okay. Uh-oh. So the solar wind indicator from Ninja is basically a version of a half trend. It helps me to know what my minor trend is, and then I use a second version of it to show the overall trend bias, which I just basically make it color the background of the charts or whatever. But I do notice on the stream it's kind of hard to see when you're watching it on YouTube, so that's why I don't have it on there like that. But yeah. Alright, so I'm definitely not taking a divergence trade here because we're pushing off of a buy rotation level. So, and this actually was what I was looking for, but the zigzag is actually not green, it's red. It only looks green on your screen right now because it got messed up with me putting the solar wind on there. Yep, we're at the high of the day. We missed it by one tick, but we're right there. But we'll see how it reacts here. We do have the prior high is up at 242.25, and that is also where my second resistance level is up there. That's what these two lines are. So really at this point, I'm just kind of waiting for a pullback. Got 30 minutes left in the session. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. All right, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss any trades off of the session high earlier, but I didn't, so we're good. Because I forgot I could take the alternate divergence off of there, but I didn't miss any, so we're good there. Just looking for the reversal, and it's it. Need the pullback. This whole week it's just been a doozy. All right, we've pushed too far because now it would be closing right below the VWAP after pushing off of the VWAP. So no trade here again. Where is that sound coming from? Oh, he must be watching a video. So all this time with me, like you guys could never see this indicator or whatever. Whenever I was drawing the yellow line, right? I basically was literally drawing the yellow line right at the point where the colors change, because that's basically where the minor trend is changing. And so I draw the line because for some of my setups, that line actually matters. And other setups it doesn't, but I just like always having it there so that I know, because sometimes if I forget to draw it, I might end up taking a trade that I'm not supposed to be in. What I would really like to see is for us to kind of create some uptrend structure so I could take a trade. That would be nice. That would be nice. You guys are also, you should be able to, hopefully. Whoa, why is it so small? Oh, I guess mine might be that small. .12. Should probably make it bigger on you guys' screen. Because it does look super small. Let's do 20. And all right, that's gonna freeze the charts for a second. All right. Okay. Dang. It's only 20 minutes left in the session. I guess technically I really only had 2 trades today. The one that I actually took that didn't even copy, and then the second trade that I took on my sim account that I showed you guys that I just already kind of had in my mind I was going to start doing, but because I hadn't it's like whenever I want to add something to my arsenal, because I have enough data to show me that it works and stuff like that, I typically will take it the first time on sim just to kind of see it happen and see it work out, and then I start taking it. So just 2 trades today, which is, I told you guys, like 3 to 5 is like the minimum on days like this for the most part for me. Wait, Are we really resistant here like this? There's like 1700 volume in this candle that we're in right now. Obviously no buys. We be going back towards the VWAP and all of that. So I just gotta wait for the next pullback and we'll see what happens from there. I don't think 20 minutes is enough to get another trade off, but you know, we'll see. Kind of depends on what kind of structure we create down here, really, honestly. Let's see, 15. Good morning, DB Nail. How are you? Good morning, good morning. Are we gonna push down? Yep, there you go. All right, so let's see if we react off of 214.75. I have another level there. I want to see if we have a reversal here and kind of like rotate around here. All right, so we are attempting to create some rotation here. With me not having very many trades today, I would prefer not to be in this trade, but it might actually invalidate itself before then, so it doesn't really matter. And it did not. It is valid, so we stay in. 421, 442. Not my favorite trade, but whatever. I've been in this trade for too long. You guys know I don't like being in trades for long. That's why I scalp. The longer I'm in a trade, the more I'm like, I don't like it. Okay. Needs to go like 3 more ticks for my stop loss to move to break even. You're going the wrong way. That loss would irritate me. Only because it'll make me negative on the followers, since the followers didn't copy on the trade that I won. That's annoying. That's hella annoying. I do probably want to I know the other day I was looking at this same trade and I was like, I don't know if I want to keep trading it or not. I don't know. I might have to relook at it again today and see. Because I just don't know. It's something about it that I just don't like anymore. Because I feel like most of the time that I lose is this shit. Where you get wicked out to the tick, maybe 1 extra tick, and then it works out. So I'm going to have to look back at this setup to see. Because it's very annoying. I know the volume pattern that I'm looking for is right, but like as far as the volume in the reversal bars, but I don't know if it's the pattern of the volume of the swings. I don't know, but that's very annoying. What I should have probably done was just take it on the account where I actually have the you know, I took the other trade and just turned the copier off, just took it on the leader. But whatever. But yeah, I know for sure I was just looking at this because I'm going to tell you exactly when I just lost it. I know I just lost it in the last week. But this is why I tell you guys, like, with me making my strategy volume based, the problem is I literally just lost it on Tuesday, actually. But with me making the strategy, volume based, sometimes what happens is, like, when I was developing the strategy, that most of the data that I have from that is when volume was extremely high. Volume and volatility was pretty high. So, but what works out in volatile markets doesn't always work out in non-volatile markets. I mean, you think about it, like, if you're a swing trader and there's not a lot of volatility, there's not a lot of movement, your setup can set up the exact same way when there's high volume and low volume, but you're losing on the low volume days. But how do you quantify or know, like, okay, this is way too much, way too little volatility or way too little volume? You don't really know, because at any point in time during the day, the volatility and the volume can pick up. So what I'm going to have to do is just re-look at that setup, because me losing it the last 2 times in a row is not normal. It's not. So when things like that happen, I just have to go back and look. And honestly, the only reason I'm irritated is because the first trade I took didn't copy, because otherwise I would just be break even on all of the accounts instead of down on the followers. You know what I mean? And then, of course, if I would have taken that one trade on the accounts versus sim, then I would just be break even on those as well. So, I mean, I guess part of it's my fault, but not really, because I can't help that it didn't copy my damn followers. But, you're welcome, DB Nail. Exactly. Stop me out and fail. And it's like, I expect for this to happen here and there because my stop loss is so tight. But when it happens on setups where I'm already like, I don't know, that's when I'm like, ugh, the irritation. But I tell you guys all the time, I don't want to change my stop loss. I don't. I like the 1-to-1. I want to keep it to a 1-to-1, because in the midst of me changing the stop loss, I can't change the take profit. I can't. The 18 ticks for a 16 tick chart is like super perfect, because what'll happen is if I go for more ticks, because of the way I move my stop loss to break even, a lot of times, and not every time, but a lot of times when price hits my take profit, it'll come back to the entry, which would make it break even if I do, if I do change the take profit, but I keep the auto break even, it's going to go back and hit my break even, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, it's just kind of annoying. So I'm definitely going to have to look at that. Now that same trade, well, it's not the same trade because the volume of the swings were different. I was going to say I won it on the 24th, but the volume of the swings was different. So, and this is also one of those, like, this doesn't set up that much, so should we just not care? That's probably what it's going to be. Probably. Because basically what this trade was my major level was right there. My major level is right here. I'm in an overall uptrend. The trend bias was an uptrend at the time. So with it rotating over the major level, even in an uptrend, what it's trying to do is basically signify that we're trying to break the zone to create a downtrend, essentially. So it's like it looks like a late entry, but it's really kind of an early entry at the same time. So with this particular setup, right, if this started with a higher high, I wouldn't have taken it. I've already basically cut that out, where if it's a higher high to a lower low to a lower high and it rotates over my major level, I do not take those at all. Now, if this was a higher low right here to a lower high, I love those more than anything when it rotates over my major level. So it could just be that with that particular setup, I just can't do it anymore, which would be okay. Because again, it doesn't set up enough for me to care at all. So we'll see. After I go through, I'm just going to do like I always do when I'm questioning a setup, and if I like it or if I want to look for a different volume pattern, which I know it's not the volume pattern that's the problem. Although, like I said, it could be the volume pattern of the actual swings. That's the issue. So we'll see. It doesn't set up enough for me to like it's not going to take me anything but maybe 10 minutes to find all of the trades from the last 8-9 weeks and figure out how I want to trade it. So it'll be fine. It's just annoying. It's annoying to lose when you don't have enough trades to cover the losses. That part's annoying. To not have your followers enter with your leader on a win, but it does on your loss. That's annoying. You know, just different things, but we live to trade another day. There's 6 minutes left. What I did not want to do was like do a whole protect my capital, which really it was just protecting the follower accounts to not be negative. But I just did not really want to do that because I don't want to make that a habit. Because y'all know me, I just take every setup that happens, win, lose, or draw. It is what it is. We got 6 minutes left. And this is the worst part, like prices literally fell what was my entry? Like maybe 209.75. Is that what that is? My entry was 209.75. We have dropped 20 points since then. So clearly I wasn't wrong. I was too early a little bit, but I wasn't wrong. So I just got to figure out how we fix that. And it could just be that when I go through the data, it just is what it is. But like I said, to lose the last 2 times in a row, that makes me question things a little bit. Because I think let's see, Tuesday when it lost. Tuesday was only 6 trades that day, which I mean is more than the 3 that set up today, but 6 is still like a low trade number count for me. So let's see if we can get some kind of pullback in the next 4 minutes. Can't take the divergence because we'll be going back towards that zone right there. So I traded kind of scary, left a lot on the table, wanting to stay green. Yeah, it's like a gift and a curse, honestly. Like, I get trying to protect capital, but also I feel like if the opportunity is there, the opportunity is there, right? Because this week has been pretty trash price action for a lot of people in the way that they trade. You know, you didn't have a great day yesterday. So it's like the psychological aspect of it is I had a really bad day yesterday. I'm trying to get all of that back plus a little bit more. So on one hand, you kind of want to take your setups because, man, it's setting up again. Let me just get into it. But then on the other hand, it's like, no, I remember yesterday's red day, and I don't want to lose whatever progress I've made with trying to make that money back. It's literally a gift and a curse with protecting capital. Because if you didn't have very great setups or very many setups all week, but today is the day that you have a lot of setups, it's like, do you take advantage of it or do you not? Like for me, because I know that like no matter what is going on in a day, I'm done at 11 o'clock. I have to take every setup. I have to. Because like I've been telling you guys this whole time, any losses that I'm taking, the strategy's not all the way right yet. Some of the losses is like, yo, I have more than enough data to quantify this and just know that, hey, this is just one of those times where it's going to lose, and that's okay. Like when I was looking at the one trade that I wasn't very happy about at the end of yesterday's stream, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like 40. So in the last 8 weeks, that one set up 40 times. 40. So there are certain setups that I have where I have it sets up so often that I'm comfortable with a loss. Like, yo, okay, I lost on this particular setup. There's nothing to look at. It was just one of those days where you just were, that was just the day that you were going to lose that trade. I'm cool with that. The only time you guys hear me say like I need to like go back and look at this, whatever, like sometimes I do have so much data that when I first started putting the strategy together, I thought I wanted to see this one thing, but that's what happens when you don't complete your back test like you're supposed to. You think that you want one thing, and as you accumulate more data, because it sets up so much, then it's like, okay, wait, we got to relook at things a little bit. With that particular setup, it does not even happen that much. Like I can almost guarantee you that by the time I go through everything, probably in 8 weeks, it might have set up 6 times, probably six to 8 times. That's way different than 40. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times, if it's like my traditional pullback, like if this trade was to, or if this bar was to, close down and the VWAP wasn't here, like I know if I lose this trade, it just is what it is. I do not need to go back and look at anything in regards to my regular pullbacks, the alternate pullbacks, the second alternate pull. I don't need to look at nothing when it comes to that. Divergence, I've had to relook at a couple of things, even with the loss yesterday. And guess what? In the process of me looking at that, I wrote all the examples down just to realize it didn't have anything to do with the level it was at. It had to do with the fact that the volume of each swing showed you that you needed to look for this particular volume pattern. So yeah, I'm gonna see. That's the only thing that I need to review today, to be honest with you. So yeah, kind of an annoying day just from the crap, but it is what it is. I'm only down a little bit for the week overall because yesterday brought me back to break even for the week for each account. So at this point, I'm basically just down $100 per account. Well, for 18 to 22, not account 17. 17 is essentially still break even. So this is where we're at for the day. Took 2 trades, well 3. One of them I only took on sim. But these accounts only have the 1 trade, so it doesn't include the win, which is why those are negative and not break even. So overall, just whatever. I told you guys on Monday, I didn't expect much this week with the lack of news anyway. So it just kind of is what it is. But hopefully tomorrow, I know tomorrow, since it's Friday, I won't be able to trade divergence at all. Well, one of the 2 divergence trades that I take. So that's going to take away from potential setups. But I'm just hoping that tomorrow we get enough trades to be able to at least get the accounts a little bit in profit for the week, because for me that would still signify some progress. Last week I think I had 2 accounts that were positive, and 2 accounts that were like only a little bit negative. The week before that, I had 1 account that was positive and 2 accounts that were like basically break even. They were just a little bit negative from commission. So I'm just wanting to see the progress on a week-to-week basis. Day-to-day is up in the air, you know, but at least if I'm seeing progress on a week-to-week basis, I feel good about it. So yeah, I thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Thank you guys for all the commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.